Yes, Aniba.
Good morning.
Yeah, morning. I hope all of you are well and staying at home, not going around. Okay, anyway, we are going to start our class for today. I hope you have actually completed the task earlier this morning on vocabulary, right? But I would like to start the class not with a discussion of the vocabulary task, but rather to look at the grammar, okay? Because we are going to continue with the grammar elements. All right. So as you can see on my screen, I hope you remembered this, and I hope you have jotted down these notes in your exercise book. I know it's quite ugly on my screen, but um, you should be able to do a better notes in your book too. Okay, anyway, not last week, sorry. Last Wednesday, we have looked at past perfect simple versus past perfect continuous. You have also looked at the form. Past perfect simple is when you use the word had plus the past participle like had finished, and past perfect continuous had been ing like had been working. Okay, how do you use these two tenses? Both of them show that they are in the past and they are the past in the past. So basically, for past perfect continuous is when you have an action that happened before another action in the past. Okay, and for past perfect continuous, you have an action that happened for a duration of time before another action in the past. Okay, it happened in the duration of time. So if you notice, you normally use the past perfect continuous when you can answer the question how long. Like they had been taking guitar lessons for months before they finally decided to order a guitar. So you can ask the question, how long had they been taking the guitar lessons? Okay, so as long as you can ask the question how long, you should be using the past perfect continuous and not the past perfect simple. All right, so I hope this is clear because now we are going to discuss the answer. So for answer number 1A, can you ask the question how long? Yes or no? You can respond in the chat. Yes, very good. Thank you, Deborah, for responding. Yep. For question number 1, yes, you can ask the question how long? Okay. How long? For an hour. So therefore, what is the answer for number 1? Had been looking or had looked? Anyone would like to respond to this? And no answer. Had been looking. Very good, Felicia. This would be the answer. Had been looking. Wow, this is big. Hold on, let me make it a bit smaller. Okay, so the answer is had been looking. This is too small. All right, the answer is had been looking. So number 2, sorry, no, number 2, B, Brad blind for his sales receipt in his wallet and in all the shopping bags before he found it in the kitchen. You cannot ask the question how long. So by default, you should be using the past perfect simple. So what is the answer? Had looked. Okay, Brad had looked for his sales receipt in his wallet and in all the shopping bags before I found it in the kitchen. Now, number 2, let us ask someone to unmute the microphone and give us the answer. Number 2, Aniva, would you like to try number 2? Just read out the answer. I'll type it for you. I may read out the whole sentence together with the answer. I'll type it for you.
Julia bought had bought rare books for age, so he had a lot of them.
Okay. Now, notice the word for ages. You see the word for ages? For ages here basically answered the question, how long? Okay, how long? So it gives you a sense of duration. So would you like to change your answer, Aniba, after I've given you the clue?
Had been buying.
Very good. So number 2, A, you should be using the past perfect continuous had been buying. Okay. Julia had been buying rare books for ages, so she had a lot of them. All right, what about 2B? Aniva, can you continue with 2B?
Had bought.
Read the whole answer, the whole sentence, please.
By the time Julia was 20, he had bought more than 50 rare books.
Very good. That's right, Aniva. And number 3, let's ask Brandon. Brandon, can you look at number 3? Read the sentence together with the answer. Brandon. Okay, first of all, ask yourself, can you ask the question how long for question number 3? If not, then you use the past perfect simple. So Brandon, would you like to respond? Can you read the sentence for 3A? Brandon, I hope you're here. Okay, maybe in the toilet. All right, Carol. Carol, can you read 3A? Carol? Carol, can you read 3A? Carol not responding as well. Okay, Hong Po. Hong Po.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, can you read 3A, the whole sentence?
Oh, okay. Ken had designed so many efficient gadgets by the time he retired that his company gave him an award.
Very good. That's the answer. Had designed. Why had designed? Because you cannot ask the question how long. All right, 3B. Continue, Hong Po.
Ken had been designing efficient gadgets for a long time, so he was very good at it.
Very good. That's the answer. Ken had been designing efficient gadgets for a long time. How do you know you use had been designing? You see the word for a long time. So it gives you a sense of duration. Okay, number 4. Hui Sing, can you try number 4, Hui Sing? Chu Hui Sing? Hui Sing? Hui Sing, are you there? Nope. Okay, lagging. All right. Oh yeah, because you're using hotspot, I think. Okay, never mind. Let's move on to Cliff. Cliff, can you try number 4? Cliff?
Yes, yes.
Okay, number 4. What is your answer? Read out the whole sentence.
Tina knew the flea market had good prices because she had been shopping there before.
Okay, can you ask duration? Question how long using number 4A? Can you ask the question how long? Yes or no? Cliff?
No.
No, you can't. If you can't ask the question how long, then you should be using the past perfect simple. So can you rectify your answer? Repeat your answer, please, Cleve.
Tina knew the flea market had good prices because she had shopped there before.
Very good. She had shopped there before. Okay. You cannot ask the question how long, so you use the past perfect simple. So can you continue with 4B, Cleve?
Okay. Tina had no money because she had been shopping at the flea market all morning.
Okay, very good. Had been shopping. Now, notice the word, the time word, all morning. Okay, so how long had she been shopping there? All morning means the whole morning. All right, so very good. So I hope you're all checking your answer in your own exercise book since you have done it already. Please take your own answer, yeah? I can't take the answer for you. You're so far away. Okay, now let us look at the next exercise, 4. Same thing, you use either the past perfect simple or the past perfect continuous. Same thing again, identify the time expression. See if you can ask the question how long. If you can, then you use the past perfect continuous. If you cannot ask the question how long, then you use the past perfect simple. So number 1, let us ask Deborah, can you read your answer for number 1, the whole sentence, please?
After the shoppers had left the department store, the cleaners started to mop the floors.
Very good. Had left. Okay, 2. Dixon, number 2, please. Please use the word not as well, yeah? Dixon? Dixon? Are you there, Dixon? No response. Okay, Fanny, what about you, Fanny? Number 2. Okay. Yes, Dixon, you raised a hand, no mic. All right, Dixon, since you raised a hand, can you, yeah, you are here. So would you like to read the sentence for number 2? No mic as well. Yo, how come no mic, everybody? Then how do you talk to your girlfriend, yeah, when you have no microphone? Faustin? Faustin, number 2, please. Faustin?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, can you read the sentence for number 2?
The shop owner did not open his shop that day because it was a holiday.
Okay, did not open is possible, but now I want you to use the past perfect simple or the past perfect continuous. So you only have 2 choices, either had with the past participle or had been with ing. Okay, so can you try that again, Faustin? Faustin?
Had been opening.
Okay, so you either said had not opened or had not been opening. Which one is it?
Had not been opening.
Can you ask the question how long? Is there a sense of duration?
No.
No, you can't. If you cannot ask how long, then you should be using past perfect simple. So what is the past perfect simple form for this?
Had not opened.
Very good. Had not opened. How do you spell open?
OPNED.
Very good. OPENED. Okay, so the shop owner had not opened his shop that day because it was a holiday. Thank you, Faustin. And now let's move on to number 3. Felicia?
Melanie had been searching for a special party dress for months before she found the perfect one online.
Very good. So which is the duration or the time expression?
For month.
Very good. So you can also highlight the time expression like what I'm doing now to remind you that when you ask the question how long, when you can ask the question how long, then you should be using the past perfect continuous. Okay. Now number 4. Number 4. Let's look at the name list. Helen, would you like to try number 4?
They had invented the BlackBerry by the year 2000.
Okay, very good. Very good. You use the past perfect simple. They had invented. Okay, that's good. Problem now is, please take a look at what is it that is at the back. What is this? Helen, what is this?
Question mark.
Okay, so you should be asking a question. So how do you want to change this into a question?
Did they had they invented?
No, you do not use the word did. You still maintain the word had.
Had
Right.
they invented?
Very good. You put the word had in front, okay, which means you exchange it. Change this to small letter, change this to capital letter, and that is your answer. Had they invented the BlackBerry by the year 2000? Okay, well done, Helen. So let us look at the next question. Question number 5. Jane, can you try question number 5?
Okay. my aunt had been reading traditional books for ages when she decided to buy an e-reader in 2010.
Very good. Had been reading. Now, which is the time expression that tells you the duration? That answer the question how long? Jane?
For ages.
Very good. 4 ages. So you can actually highlight this word as well. Okay, number 6. Justin? Justin? Justin?
Yes, teacher.
All right, can you read sentence number 6 together with the answer?
We just bought a tablet when a newer design became available in shop.
Okay, your answer is just bought. That is past. That is past simple. Now we only use past perfect simple or past perfect continuous. So you either use had bought or had been buying. Okay, so only use these two forms. Can you repeat your answer? Can you correct this?
We had bought a tablet when a newer design became available in shops.
Okay, your answer is had bought. That is good. So that is the past perfect simple. Now, notice that you need to use this word, just. So where would you put in the word just?
Oh, we had just bought.
Very good. We had just bought. Okay, oh, sorry, my bad. We had just bought a tablet when a newer design became available in the shop. So make sure you use the word, yeah? Number 7. Kelly, can you read sentence number 7?
Yeah, okay. Had you been visiting the smartphone for long when the screen went black?
Visiting is the word here is use.
Use.
Look at my screen. USE, not visit. Can you repeat your answer?
Okay. Had you been using the smartphone for long when the screen went black?
Very good. That's right. Had you been using the smartphone for long when the screen went blank? Now, which is the time expression that tells you how long?
For long?
Very good. Okay. Now, number 8. Hangy, can you try out number 8?
Okay. My mom had learned how to sew while she was in school, so she was able to make all her own outfits.
Very good. How do you spell learned?
Learned.
Okay, that's right. So my mom had learned how to sew while she was in school. Okay, so you use the past perfect simple because you do not, the sentence does not tell you when. Okay, easy, right? Now today we are looking at another part of this past perfect simple and past perfect continuous. So before we look at that, can you look at this sentence that I have on my screen now? Okay, I would like you to read this sentence. Emily had already booked a trip to Paris when she broke her leg. So tell me the tense. What tense do you have in this sentence? First, identify the verb or the verb phrase, and tell me the tense. So can you respond? You can type in the chat if you do not want to talk. Past perfect simple. Very good, Felicia. Felicia, which part of it is a past perfect simple? Which one is a past perfect simple? Broke, yes, Deborah. Broke is identified as well, but is broke the past perfect simple? So what tense do you have here?
Had already booked.
Okay, had already booked would be the past perfect simple. Well done. Okay, what about broke? What tense is that? Broke is not the past participle. Yep, Deborah, it is the past simple. Okay, so broke here is the past simple. Okay, very good. Now let us look at another sentence. Okay, let me pull out my sentence. Let us now look at another sentence. We looked at computers online, found one, and ordered it. So can you tell me the verb and what tense are they in? You can type in the chat, or you can just unmute your microphone and talk. It's faster actually. Can you tell me the tense as well as the verbs? Found, ordered, past simple. Very good, Felicia. The word found, ordered. Okay, and you mentioned past simple. All right, there's one more verb that you have missed out. Okay, this is past simple. This is also past simple. There's one more verb. Looked, past simple. Very good. Looked is also past simple. Okay. Oh, correct. Looked is also past simple. That's right. Now, look at these two sentences again. And tell me, when do you use past perfect simple and when do you use past simple? In the first sentence, all right, in the first sentence here, why do you use the past perfect simple? And then you use the past simple, but in the second sentence, you use past simple for all the verbs here. Why? Anyone would like to make a guess? Anyone would like to make a guess? Do you know why? Okay. Timeline, very good, Faustin. This has something to do with the timeline. The first sentence, actions happen in different time. Use past perfect simple when there are two situations. Very good. That's right. All the three of you, Faustin, Deborah, and Felicia, you are correct. Okay, so what happened is like this. If you noticed the timeline that you have talked about earlier, okay, the two actions happened at two different times. The first action happened before the second action. So the first action that happened first, you use the past perfect simple, and the second action, you use the past simple. Okay? So all the three of you are correct. Now, in the second sentence, you use past simple for everything because, yes, the actions happen one after another, but they happen all around the same time, like very quickly. One happened right after another. We looked at the computers online, found one, ordered it. Okay, so just with 3 clicks, this has been done, right? So it happened one after another, so you use the past simple. So I would like you to read this part. It is actually in your textbook as well on page, let me see what page is that. Page 49, okay? So please read your textbook, page 49, about past perfect tenses and past simple. Maybe I should ask someone to help me read this. Let's go back to those who have not read anything. Brandon? Brandon? Can you read this? No response. Carol, can you read it? Can you read this part? No response as well. We sing lagging. Dixon, Fanny, no mic. Oh, we have Mirza. Mirza, can you help me read this? No, why not? No mic as well. Shariza? Oh, your mic can't be used, Brandon. Okay, Shariza, can you help me read this? Shariza? No response. Okay, Nielsen. Nielsen? 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 Nielsen, are you there? Nielsen? Nope. Okay. Alvin. All right, can you help me read this, Alvin? Alvin? Okay, Jane. Jane is volunteering. All right, Jane. Thank you so much for volunteering. Can you help me read this?
And how
In some sentences. Yes.
Okay. In some sentences which talk about the past, it is clear which action happened first. In this case, we can use the past simple for both actions. However, when the order of events is not clear, or when we want to
emphasize
which action happened first, we can use the past perfect simple or the past perfect continuous for the first action. Mona did or had done her shopping before she met her friend for lunch. We know later that we had spent too much money at the car boot sale. They had been waiting for ages before a shop assistant came to help them. Note: we must use the past simple for both actions when one past action happens quickly after another. When my dog heard the loud thunder, it hid under my bed.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much, Jane. So if you notice, basically this whole paragraph is saying what I have been saying just now. Okay, so very easily put, when do you use the past simple? When do you use the past perfect? You use the past perfect simple or the past perfect when the action happened before another action. And you use past simple throughout if the action happened one after another, or you do not know which action happened first. So for these notes, I would like you to copy the first part here, past simple or past perfect. Okay, Emily had already booked whatever is on the screen now. I would like you to copy that. You do not need to copy the one in your textbook. I'm going to delete this. But I want you to copy down this extra sentence. Hold on for a moment. You have drawn the timeline last week already, so there's no need to draw the timeline again. But I want you to copy down these two sample sentences. And add in these notes. Okay, very quickly copy this down into your grammar book, okay? Into a grammar book. After you have done with this exercise, then copy this down. All right, you can take a screenshot or you can copy it down now. Okay, I hope we are clear. You use the past simple when the action happens quickly, one after another, but you use the past perfect when the past action happened or when the first action happened before another action. All right, and the difference between past perfect simple and past perfect continuous is that past perfect continuous answered the question, how long? Okay, so if you are clear, we are moving on to the next part. Okay, which actions happened first? So let us look at the first sentence. I had already reported my lost credit card to the bank when I found it under my bed. So which actions happened first? Had already reported or found? You can respond in the chat. had already reported. Very good. So you can copy this down. Actually, this one only a copy lah. Okay, had already reported. Now, what about the second one? Before paying for the books, John checked to see they were in good condition. So which actions happened first? Checked. Very good. Okay. Checked happened first. Now, the third item, I mean the third sentence, by the time Sam got to the cinema, his friends had been waiting for an hour. Which one happened first? Had been waiting. Very good. Now, if you notice, in these three verbs that I've underlined, okay, they are all of different tenses. These three actions all happen first before another action, but they are all in different tenses. The first one is in the past perfect simple. The third one is in the past perfect continuous. And you know why? Because it happened before another action. But in the second sentence, you can also use the past simple checked instead of had checked because it happened one after another. Okay, right after he finished checking, he paid for the book. So therefore, you can use the past simple instead of the past perfect simple. Okay? Now let us look at this. Try this out. Do you use the past simple or past perfect simple or the past continuous? Past perfect continuous. A. He blanked the jacket before he blanked to the checkout to pay for it. Can you type out the answer for A in the chat? Ask, which actions happened first? Then ask, does it answer the question how long? Okay. Already, try not to add the word already because it's not in the bracket. You are confusing yourself. All right. Aniva said had been trying on. Okay. Problem is had been trying on. Does it answer the question how long? Does it say like for 10 hours or for the past 1 hour, or does it say all morning? Nope. So had tried on and went. Okay, very good. That's right. So number one, he had tried on the jacket. Okay, let me make this a bit smaller. He had tried on the jacket before he went to the checkout to pay for it. Easy. You use had tried on first because this is the first action that happened before the other action, which is went to the checkout to pay for it. Okay. So the first action that happened, since it does not answer the question how long, so therefore you use the past perfect simple, had tried on. All right, B. What about B? Can you guys put down the answer in the chat? Oh, Faustin actually answered had tried on as well. Well done, Faustin. That's right. Okay, so let us look at B. What about B? Realize and buy. Which actions come first? Okay. Faustin said had been realizing. Now, the first part, realize the next day, is this the first action or the second action? If it is not the first action, you cannot use the past, the past perfect tense. Okay? So Deborah said realized and had bought. Hengi is putting it the other way around, had realized and bought. So which is the first action? Realize comes first or buying the footwear comes first? Which is the first action? Buying comes first. So that's right, since buying comes first, so what do you use for the one that comes first? You use the past perfect simple. So the answer is had bought. Okay, so Deborah is correct, realized and had bought. Okay, had bought comes first. And the second action is realizing the next day. So Karen realized the next day that the footwear she had bought was no longer in fashion. So the timeline is very important, as what Austin has said earlier. Now let's look at C. Break and start. So which one comes first? Or it doesn't matter which one comes first because one happened right after another. So what do you think is the answer for C? Please put down in the chat. What do you think is the answer for C? Broke and started. All right. Do the rest of you agree? It's broke and started. Deborah, would you mind explaining why you put broke and started? Can you explain your answer? Yes, the actions happen continuously, one after another. That's right, Deborah. Right after I broke my new mobile phone, I started to cry, okay? Because of the word or the phrase right after. So it happened consecutively. Okay, D. They blank outside the shop for ages when it finally blank. So which one comes first? Can you put down your answer? Had been standing and open. That's what Deborah said. What about the rest of you? Do you all agree with Deborah? Yes, Faustin agreed too. Agreed. Okay. Deborah, can you unmute your microphone and explain this to us? Deborah, can you unmute your microphone and explain this to us? Deb.
Teacher, I don't know how to explain it.
Okay, tell me which actions comes first.
Standing outside.
Very good. Now, the actions that comes first, does it has any time, like duration to it?
Yes.
Which is the phrase that shows the duration?
Or ages.
Okay, very good. So therefore, standing or stand is being put in the past perfect continuous. Okay, because it comes first and it has a duration for ages. So the other action that comes second, which is open, is in the past simple. Okay? All right, well done, Deborah. So now your task for today is to do number 3 and number 4. Task 3 and task 4 on page 49 in your textbook. Sorry, don't do it in your textbook. Do it in your book too. Page 49, task 3 and task 4 Page 49. Yeah, page 49 of your textbook, task 3 and task 4. Please do it in your book too. Okay? We will discuss the answer in the next class, or I might give you the answer before the next class. It depends. Okay, so let's look at task 3, number 1 together. Try to figure out the answer. Underline the action that happened first. You don't underline the whole sentence or the whole phrase, yeah? Just underline the verbs. Underline the action that happened first. Can anyone tell me? Okay, had been shopping. Fadzil, do you agree, Fadzil? Yes, sir. Okay, had been shopping. That's right. This action happened first. Had been shopping 4 hours before we found a tablet that we liked. And notice the phrase 4 hours. Okay, 4 hours. This shows the duration. Therefore, it is in the past perfect continuous. Had been shopping. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Please do it yourself. Let us look at this, number 4. Okay. Task 4, number 1. Okay, look at the instruction first. Complete the sentences. Use the past simple where possible. If the past simple is not possible, use the past perfect simple or the past perfect continuous. So ask yourself if the action happened first or if they happen one after another. Okay, let's look at task 4, number 1. Before they realized they were in debt, my parents blind too much money for years. So what do you think is the answer for this? Okay. Had been spending. This is what Deborah said. What about the rest of you? Do you all agree with her? What is your answer? You basically have 3 options. Either you use the past simple spent. I'll make it a bit smaller. Either you use the past simple spent, or you use the past perfect simple had spent, or you use the past perfect continuous had been spending. Okay, 2% said had been spending. All right, very good. Faustin, can you explain to us why the answer is had been spending? Faustin, you can unmute your microphone. Faustin. Very good, 4 years. That's right. The answer is had been spending. Okay. The answer is not spent. Spent is out because this is the first action. Okay. This is the first action. This one happened first. You want to emphasize that this one happened first. And this is the action that happened second. Okay. So since this is the first action, so your answer option is either had spent or had been spending. How do you know it's had been spending? Because of the phrase 4 years. All right, well done. Well done, Faustin, because of the phrase 4 years. So therefore, the answer is had been spending. Okay, easy, right? Do the same for question 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Can you do that? This will be your homework. Okay, please finish this before the next lesson so that we can discuss the answer. All right. Any questions so far? 10:30, I think you have another class after this. Okay, if there's no question, very good. Let me take a final attendance. If you have a question, please ask. Okay, Mirza, are you okay? Mirza, Fazil, Shariza, are you guys okay? Okay, no question. The rest of you, are you guys okay? You're hungry. Mirza, I'm so sorry. I cannot ask you to eat lunch because you're fasting. Okay, unless you're not feeling well, then I'm sure you're allowed to eat, right? Okay, so if there's no question, I'll let you go off so that you can have time to join another class and also to finish up the work. Okay, so see you guys in the next class. All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, teacher.
All right, thank you.